Well, Carl, so much to unpack from that and so much to talk about. I mean, where do you want to start?
Well, let's start with the incredible first half. I think that's one of the best first halves of the season. Some of the play, Diaz and Brooks look like they've had 4 or 5 seasons together. McAtee, sending Ward-Prowse out the ground with his body swell. There was so much goodness in the first half. Just the only bit that was disappointing is we didn't capitalise and take a lead and go on. But I thought that the intent, the pace of the play, the style of the play, everything was so good.
And let's just talk about our new loanee then. He was so good, and pairing up with Brooks down that left-hand side. I mean, watching them, like we were saying, the little flicks and everything.
Yeah, everything
it's just
was
great.
Coming out, a great understanding. Diaz, he's really hard to pigeonhole as a striker. He's really clever. He's I was marvelling at him on the radio that he's not got much stature, but he's so strong. He was putting his weight about. He was fighting with them. But I thought on the goal, you saw what he's about and why he scored so many at Blackburn and why he's a really feared striker. He was on the move. He was anticipating. He nipped there before the defender because he was on the move. And then the finish, he just knew he needed a connection. He didn't slash at it. He just made sure he got a good connection on the half volley, and it was a great goal. Home debut, Blades fans adoring him. Brilliant.
Absolutely, and that applause that he got coming off as well, a standing ovation. I mean, you can't want any more.
Yeah, it was
Chris
well
must
deserved.
be over the moon with this.
He'll be over the moon that he integrated so well, so quickly, and it wasn't just the goal. The goal obviously was great. It was the way he integrated with the team, as you say, as the understanding he had with Brooks, and the way he worked. It's that position out there wide of a free. You've got a lot of defensive responsibility, and he thought he did it really well.
Absolutely, and obviously, again, then he nearly got that second goal as well. But McAtee with that play as well.
Yeah, well, when we changed at half-time and Asula went off, I thought the first half Asula really worked their back four hard. They're big, strong lads who they want to fight for every ball. And when you're fighting against them, they're hard to beat. Zuma is an absolute monster. But Asula was working the channels really well and gave us that outlet. And I said, it's going to be tough now for McBurney because he's playing up against them and we've got no threat in behind. The moment I said we've no threat in behind, you had the great bit of play because Diaz chose the right time to make the run in behind.
Yeah, and you can watch that with his play though as well. He was doing it the whole match. He was asking for the ball because he was watching where the play was going.
And it was a great, I thought McAtee was brilliant again today. And at the pass, he has the creativity which opened him up. And it's, it was very unfortunate going towards Kopp. He just pulled the shot, but he's creating chances, scoring goals. Brilliant home debut.
Absolutely. And then into the second half, we did have that dip of energy after that penalty. Where do you think it went slightly wrong for Blades?
Well, I just felt that we worked so hard, and when you give everything and you've not got a lead to hold on to, it makes it tricky. And I thought they didn't really open us up with their good play. I thought we've got things to work at, which, defensively, not to bring teams onto us. It was our own little mistakes that caused our own problems, which can be worked on. And we did dip a little bit in energy, but then the manager changed it. You brought on the fresher legs and it picked up again. And it just went crazy, didn't it, second half?
And those fresh legs that did come on, McBurney was one of them. And then obviously that handball, I mean, I didn't see it from up there. We probably didn't think it was. And it was that quick, that handball. We didn't catch it properly at the top. But it was a handball. It was a clear handball. And then that penalty. And I know you were speaking just off camera before we started about how you liked McBurney took control.
Well, I said, as a striker, as a number 9, you're the focus, you're the striking focal point of the team. And in the recent weeks, while he's been out trying to get fit again, he's seen Asula grab the headlines and the goals. He's seen Cameron Archer grab the headlines and the goals. Diaz came in, grabbed headlines and goals. And I'm thinking McBurney's coming on here to make a statement and to show everyone, I am your number 9. You trust in me. What a way to deal with it. He'd done so well before. There's some great plays. He had a few good shots where he's unlucky. In the 108th minute to take a penalty, that's just
absolutely. And as well, he got punched in the face, so he had to take that back.
He wasn't worried about that. He's got a massive heart, and he loved all that he got it from. But to take a penalty, such an important one, like Norwood did at home in front of the Kop, brilliant. I'm delighted for him.
No, absolutely. Well, let's catch up with some thoughts from the dressing room. Jack, thanks for coming out to speak to us. I mean, how's that dressing room, how's the feeling there now? It was a really positive game.
Yeah, everyone's happy. I think we deserved a point. I think we deserved 3 points. First goal was very unlucky to concede. And then obviously the second one, penalty. But I think we played very well throughout the game. And everyone's happy with that performance.
Are you looking forward to it? Because you must have had 2 really good weeks of training, because the understanding on the pitch, you've got Diaz who looks like he's played with you guys for seasons now. You must have been really working hard the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, we didn't go away, we didn't get much time off, so the gaffer had us in working. It was mostly shape really, just trying to get everyone on the same page and that. So we've worked hard, and obviously we put it into the game today, and I think we squandered a few chances which obviously could have put us in the lead, and then gone 1-0 down. It's tough, but I think we dug in well and got the points at the end.
And on the penalty, did you know immediately McBurney was going to take it, or were you like, who's
we knew he was going to take it, and obviously I don't know who was holding it. It was Maka or Ollie Norwood. They were just taking the pressure off him, so he could just relax.
How was it playing against Bowen, one of the best strikers in the division?
Yeah.
How did you find? Obviously, he was in your pocket for most of the game. You did really well against him.
Yeah, I think he had a bit of an off day today. He was a bit quiet, but he's always lively, and I've watched him all the time in other games, and I think he's a fantastic player. Probably deserves his place there. I remember watching him in the Championship, how good he was in the Championship, and I said he's going to be a top player one day. He's obviously proven that right now.
And last, how are you enjoying playing the left of the two now? It just seems second nature to you. You seem like you're really enjoying it.
Yeah, I just feel comfortable there. Obviously, a little bit positioning wise at first, when you go from a 3 to a 2, it's a lot more spaces between you, but I think I've just settled in there now, comfortable. Me and Anel get on really well, so it's been really good, yeah.
Brilliant, well done.
And also, we were just chatting about the connection that Brooks and Diaz are having down that left-hand side. Is that you started working on in training? How do you work when a new loanee sort of comes in? Do you try and pair up on those in training?
The gaffer kind of keeps it, people in the same positions, and it's the same shape throughout the week. So if someone comes out and someone comes in, everyone knows the job they're doing, and Ben knows it anyway. He's played that position for years, and in training you can see he's always already fitted in there perfect. So done well to get his goal today, and hopefully he can get some more.
No, absolutely. Jack, thanks for joining us.
No worries.
Well, Carl, what an atmosphere here today at Bramall Lane. I mean, the fans were behind everyone. It was great. They gave everyone standing ovations to come off. How positive do you reckon the fans are feeling now, having to welcome Brighton here next in the FA Cup?
Yeah, I thought, before the game we said it was going to be critical that the fans were engaged and really involved, and they were, and it's due to what they saw on the field. The first half was one of the best 45 minutes that we've seen here this season, and they're seeing a pattern of play. They're seeing understanding between the players, and that there's real quality. But there was moments in the match where it wasn't going well, in that it wasn't flowing, but you've got players really fighting for 50-50s. You had Bogle on the floor fighting for his life to get the ball, and we weren't seeing that earlier in the season. I think these fans, they want commitment, and even if it's not going right and it's not going as smooth, as long as you're committed, they're behind you, and we saw that, and that's why there were so many fans still here in the 100th minute for the penalty, because they're enjoying what they're seeing. We didn't get the 3 points, they still got a massive ovation at the end of it. Match against Brighton in the Cup is going to be tough. Yeah. That manager's a really good manager. He's got a great squad of players who are all on the same page and really doing well. It's going to be tough, but we're seeing our team are improving from game, and you can see the process is going well, and the manager's getting his instructions to the boys. He will have been delighted with the performance. I bet you they got a rollicking that they didn't get 3 points, but they will, and that's, we're on the right way now. It's really, really encouraging, and I'm looking forward to seeing Brighton in the Cup.
No, absolutely. So please do join us midweek when we'll be looking ahead to that Cup game against Brighton. We'll see you then.